Assalamualaikum and good day everyone. My name is Fitrahtul Adilah, binti Muhammad Firdaus Nelson, and my metric number is 145418. In this video, I am going to talk about vaccines and the misconception about it. To fight against deadly diseases, our bodies need antibodies to provide immunity. Vaccine is a substance used to stimulate the production of antibodies in our immune system. In contrast with innate immune system, which we are born with, the production of antibodies in our acquired immune system is happen after our body has been exposed to a specific invader. So, in the first exposure, we will get sick. But later, if the same type of invader attack, our immune system already recognize it and have the antibodies to fight it. Just imagine a deadly diseases such as polio or tetanus attacked us. Do you think that we can surely survive from the first attack? So, in order to stimulate the production of antibodies, we need molecules called antigen, which present on all viruses and bacteria. So, basically, vaccine contain antigen, and when it is injected into our body, it will become the first exposure without making us infected with the respective virus or bacteria, and our immune system can recognize it. The example of vaccines are Bacillus calmette-guerin (BCG), which gives protection against tuberculosis, and MMR, which is for measles, mumps, and rubella. Despite the importance of vaccination, there are still people who refuse to take vaccine. Why is that? There are some misleading information that cause people hesitate to take vaccine. Now, I am going to share 3 misconceptions about vaccines. The first misunderstanding is it can cause autism spectrum disorder or ASD. This is wrong. Numerous studies have been done to see the relationship between the vaccine and ASD, but none have proved the link between those two. Actually, the propaganda was started back in 1998 when a case series study is published by a researcher named Andrew Wakefield together with his colleagues. They claim that they found evidence about the connection between ASD with the measles, mumps, and rubella vaccines, the MMR vaccines. The response towards this news was quite a chaos, and the MMR vaccination rate had declined because concerned parents began to refuse to vaccinate their child at that time. However, the element in the case study was found as incorrect, contrasting to the findings of the earlier investigation. The data were also insufficient, and the finding paper was fraudulent. Besides, the journal was funded by a lawyer seeking to file a lawsuit against companies that produce vaccines. Wakefield also had been barred from practicing medicine as he manipulated data on the case series. Thus, the correlation between ASD and vaccines, again, do not exist. Other than that, some people have mistrust in modern medication. They prefer natural and organic medication as they are concerned about toxins in vaccines. These people choose to prevent diseases only by taking care of hygiene and nutrition instead. But the rate of infectious disease cases would have been declined long before the vaccine is introduced if those elements were enough to prevent infectious disease. Several also have the idea that the amount of vaccine a child must obtain according to the immunization schedule might lead to an overload immune system. They also feel disturbed as some vaccines were combined into a single shot, such as the MMR vaccines, measles, mumps, and rubella in one shot. However, this thought is just a false concept. Multiple vaccines in concurrent vaccination is not harmful to the normal childhood immune system. Multiple studies are available to show that there is no such thing as an overloaded immune system. Lastly, there is a religious sentiment on vaccines which makes some parents refuse to vaccinate their child. And in my opinion, this is the most famous reason in Malaysia for some Muslim parents. Some Muslim parents do not want to vaccinate their child because they claim that the vaccine is made up of forbidden substance, or in another word, haram, such as porcine in oral polio vaccine and aborted fetus in rubella vaccine. And some other religion also question the morality of these drugs with animal and human derived content. Actually, yes, the production of OPV is using a trypsin enzyme of porcine base. But this trypsin enzyme does not act as the main substance to produce OPV, and it also does not include it in the end product. This trypsin enzyme is only used as a tool in a process of removing or harvesting cells from its original container. Then, the trypsin is washed off from the cells before the polio virus is added to the cells for it to grow. Therefore, there is no more pig-derived enzyme in the subsequent steps. As for the aborted fetus that is used in the development of the rubella vaccine, the R in MMR vaccine, it is actually act as a medium for the rubella to grow. The history of it was back in the 1960s. A research towards fetus succeed after failed in trying numerous cells for the rubella growth. 2 aborted fetus were taken for this purpose, which are the 12-week female fetus from a mother who was infected with rubella and a 14-week male fetus from a mother who suffered psychiatric illness. So, no new fetus is needed because the 2 cell lines are still exist in culture laboratory. And as I mentioned, it is only used to host the rubella virus for growth, and it is not included in the vaccine formulation. No, I still doubt it. Additionally, in Malaysia, the Mufti of Federal Territories have explained the ruling of a vaccine depend on its contents, and have stated the fatwa that it is parents obligatory to vaccinate their child as suggested in our national immunization schedule, because it is one of the ways to prevent infectious diseases. Hence, there is no need to worry about the purity of the vaccine that our child needs. In conclusion, vaccination is important as it can prevent infectious disease, not only to an individual but to the whole community. We can save the children who are too young to be vaccinated and vulnerable people with weakened immune system if we who are healthy to take vaccine to avoid the disease and its spreading. That is all from me. Thank you very much.